Hey everyone, I'm back. So I'm basically going to be sharing some slides that I had created and presented for a group of 14 parents to teach them about trauma and how it really impacts the brain and brain development in a child and obviously in ourselves for those that have experienced trauma in any shape or form. The feedback that I got that my partner and I got was very positive and very informative for them. So I figured, why not just share it again, maybe split it up in segments, and you can start watching these short little videos. So with that being said, I hope that you find this informative. Please let me know if you have any questions or comments or something that you'd want to hear more about. All right, so we're going to go ahead and get started in the next slide. Okay, so what is trauma? For those of you that want a concrete definition, trauma really refers to a deeply disturbing or distressing event that has lasting effects on an individual's mental, emotional, and physical well-being. It can be a result of all of these things here. So a single event, ongoing prolonged stress, trauma while in utero, which is trauma that happens while the baby is inside the pregnant person's tummy, generational trauma, historical trauma, just to name a few, right? So some examples of single events and ongoing prolonged stress will be we'll go straight to ongoing. The first one is criticism. Believe it or not, criticism is a form of trauma. So things like saying, oh, you are so lazy. Oh, you're just not like your brother, your sister. Anything like that can be traumatic to a sibling or to a person. Going to school is your only job. These are more examples. How are you failing? Another thing would be, why would you dress like that? All of those are criticisms, and they can impact the brain depending on the person, right? Another example would be domestic violence, being placed in foster care, kinship care, even like if you're going to your, like an aunt, uncle, some kind of distant relative. Systemic stressors we've learned about, such as racism, discrimination, poverty, lack of health care. That is all in there. Again, perinatal trauma or trauma in the womb, divorce, child abuse and neglect, bullying, being shamed in school. The list is huge, right? And then so some examples of those single events would be something like a car accident, a natural disaster, school shootings, any shootings, medical trauma. So any traumas that maybe through surgery, maybe you had a kid that had a traumatic medical surgery and they get put under, and that could be pretty traumatic. Death of a loved one, again, foster placement, being shamed in school, and criticisms. Like even if it happened one time, it could be considered traumatic, right? So next we're going to learn about how trauma is stored.